Good afternoon, everybody, as we come back to you with the NSR Cup Series. This is SimTraX Broadcasting coming to you live here at Concord, North Carolina for the race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This track very well known to some of the older guys out there as Lowes Motor Speedway. This track has been very, very active. This track has opened very good chunk here of the year. We've fought for all the way from sinkholes to the T-Rex car to even Days of Thunder, where he practices in Rowdy Burns' car to come out there and show the crew chief that he wants to race. So this track just has so much history and so many different things going around it. We arrive here today. I'm definitely see a lot of empty pit stalls out there, which is really unfortunate here for the NSR Cup Series. They will be heading into the round of 8 tonight. We'll talk a little bit about it. Unfortunately, at least 4 of the drivers are not showing up tonight, which are really hopefully eliminating them from not contesting out here on the track. We'll take a look at what we've got here for the round of 8. 200 laps out here tonight. Stages at 45 and 90, 100% fuel limit, of course. And we should have about 4 sets of tires down in the pit. Of course, no fast repairs. I'll be your producer tonight, and Stella will be joining me here with an 82-degree temperature out there on the track. Stella, we've got 15 miles an hour wind as well. This should be, I'm hoping this isn't going to be pushing guys all over the track and slamming them up into the wall for hopefully a caution-free race.
A caution-free race would be wonderful. So with those 200 laps tonight, I'm looking at 24-degree banking on the corners and 5 degrees on the straights. I think we should be pretty safe. Looking at the 95,000 seats that they have, including the suites up there, don't think the wind will come into play.
All right, well, we'll definitely hope for that. Only a few more seconds left here in qualifying. Brian Glass has shown up to the track but has decided not to put down any times. Hopefully Andy Reeves out there in the number 3 Chevrolet representing what looks to be Dale Earnhardt out there puts more laps down than he did last week. I think he was able to complete 1 lap last time, so this is hopefully a better turnout for Mr. Reeves out there as we get ready to go here in just a moment. A couple of guys are waiting to grid up here and should be ready to go. As you can see, the pole sitter Lee Mills sitting right here on top. In the front. So let's go ahead and get to our starting grid here for the night. As we, Stella, you know what? We got a small field. We'll go ahead and let you do the starting grid tonight.
Hey. Well, on the front row, we have Lee Mills in the number 72 car, followed by Stoney Benfield on the outside in his 75 car, our faster pastor. Justin Cope in the 59 brings on the inside of the second row, with Corey Harville on the outside in the number 92. Mark Sikosi, our league administrator, is in the number 8 car tonight in the inside of the third row, number 5th place. Alan Wild in the 6th place in the 7th car. So in position 7, we have Tyler Hunter, number 40, followed by Andy Reeves in the number 3 car that you were talking about earlier. Frank Flores and Brian Glass bring up our last row, but we saw Frank Flores make a nice showing on the podium last week in the 88 car, and he thinks he has a lucky paint job. So we will see this week.
Yeah, that we will. As you can see, the number 40 out there look like he is sporting a Jeff Gordon paint scheme out there. That is fortunate. At least we got something that looks familiar out here at Charlotte. And we'll definitely get back to it here, as right now Tyler Hunter is getting out there. Our top 3 drivers starting out there on the field are going to be Fords. Corey Harville, the only lone Toyota out there. And the rest of the field are going to just about make up as Chevrolets. Justin Cope and Alan Wild broken up out there just a little bit. Notice how the number 75 car, Stoney Benfield's car, looking a little bit different here tonight. Stella, do we have anything on why he looks like this?
I do not. He does seem to be a bit more colorful than usual.
Well, maybe he's doing a little bit of a throwback here. Right now, Stoney Benfield. He'll be starting right next to Lee Mills. Lee Mills kind of slacking off a little bit here as our leader. I definitely want to start bunching up a little bit here, look a little more professional, and try to squeeze these guys back together, as they are unfortunately very, very spread out here. Stella, it's a little unusual here seeing this. the guys are able to
Yes.
smush each other back together here, and pace car lights are off.
There we go.
And we'll be kicking this race off here in just a moment. Barney in the flag booth. Here we go. Up in the Goodyear Eagles stand. Green flag is out. Lee Mills, Stony Benfield, away they go. Should be good entrance here into turn number 1. Right now, still, this is looking pretty solid here so far.
Yeah, as long as we keep staying, you know, nice and letting people know, maybe put on the left turn blinker or something, oh, we should be fine.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Right now, Lee
Left
Mills
turn.
does get a breakaway here. That's going to put Justin Cope in the second. Harville snugs down in the third. Benfield drops down a few positions here as he hangs out here in fourth. The NC811.org Ford is already hanging, sitting in fourth. Means Tyler Hunter moves up. Not one, not two, but 3 positions. He sits in the fourth now. Getting lap number 2 under his belt here. Right now, 1, 2, 3 sits single file on Tyler Hunter. Sitting in fourth, and rounding out our top 5 is going to be Stony Benfield as he drops down yet another position here. Mark Sikosi may be the next one to pass Stony. It looks like Stony may have had a hot lap out there, but he is not looking too hot right now. Maybe he's definitely trying to conserve some tires and come back later on here in the run. Let's take a look. Sikosi trying to take a peek here on the inside. Yep, and he gets him. Looks like Stony Benfield's going to go down another position here.
Well, we have seen Stoney move back also to pick up teammates, and tonight his teammate is Alan Wild in the 07 Ford, and he's down 3 places, so maybe he's going back there to pick him up and have him trail behind and come back up front.
All right, we'll take a look at the different schemes for Alan Wild and Stony Benfield for the NC811 team. Notice out there in the chat,
Yes.
Barbara Pinion. Go ahead, Stella, talk to us about it.
Yeah, it says Stoney's paint scheme is in honor of the men and women who have given their lives for our country. So maybe we get a little bit of a close-up. It looks like a couple of these fellas. I just saw a POW flag on the side of one there. Alan Wild has a nice Veterans Day. Excuse me, Memorial Day. Veterans Hood.
Yep, as we're kind of rotating around these cars here. Not a bad paint job by the guys out here. Let's get up to the front where I believe Corey Harville is battling here for second, pushing Justin Cope down 1 position that he had gained here on the night. Harville now second. I know Harville's going to want to lead some laps here. Unfortunately, Harville was eliminated here in the last running. We'll take a little look here at our top 8 and the round of 8 here. Dylan Banks not here tonight. Neither is Ralph Hutchinson. Neither is Jacob Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least our top 3 guys who are locked in and not in the danger zone here are going to be not showing up here tonight. The number 29 will most likely be eliminated here tonight. Justin Cope is showing, but I don't know if he has enough points to slide him toward the front. If Lee Mill continues racing like this for the entire run, there may be a chance of him squeaking on through, and Dylan Banks will have to battle it out in the final race of the season.
Yeah, our eliminated drivers from last week were Jonathan Smith, Corey Harville, Eric Arnold, and Cheyenne Alvarez. So those, Corey, just by a smidge, and he's good. He's here every week, but some of these guys just got a little bit better of him last time.
Yeah, well, Harville's getting the better of the most of this field as he hangs around in second place in the 92. Right now, he is taking a peek here at Lee Mills, unable to get anything going here. Justin Cope just using a little bit of the draft for a little fuel savings here. Stella, our stages are at 45 and 90 here tonight. It's going to be a good stretch for these cars to kind of knock it out here at this 1.5 miles. Very, very close it's going to be if these guys start wrecking each other out. I'm wondering if there's a minimum amount of cars that they need to hit in case something happens out there, seeing that we've only got 9 out there on the track.
I do not know as far as that goes. If if we have 4 cars running because the other ones obliterate themselves, I think that would be up to the admin
All right,
at
well,
that
why don't you
point.
talk about our pass for the lead there, Stella?
Oh, well, heck, Corey Harville just went right past Lee Mills and is pulling away. He's now almost a quarter of a second ahead of him.
All right, and Tyler Hunter in the number 40 Chevrolet down here on the bottom. Justin Cope once again up toward the top, almost taking that Stoney Benfield line here. Now Cope is looking to fall down here a couple positions, looking for some fresh air on the inside for Tyler Hunter, and Cope fends him off. And looks like that Ford Performance number 59 machine out there is going to be in third, and he's going to hold on to it. Tunnel Turn gets almost the best of Tyler Hunter as they come across the line to get lap number 12 started. Couple of guys getting some stripes on the right side there as we'll get here on top of Tyler Hunter's car here. Lap number 12 almost halfway complete. Harville, Mills, Cope, 1, 2, 3, Hunter, and Mark Sikosi set 4 and 5.
Yeah, now I noticed that some of these guys, yes, they can kind of just scrape that edge, and it doesn't do to them what was happening at the Wednesday night league. I mean, it was bouncing them off and everything. Any ideas what was going on there?
A little more of the Xfinity cars. They were a little have a little better crush zones. The next gen cars do not. They drive more like bricks and ricochet.
Ah.
So, unfortunately, as what they've been working on fixing, and so is iRacing as well, once they remove some of the bars, some of the guys that were getting in some accidents out there and getting pretty messed up, injuring some drivers out there. I know a couple of them, even Kurt Busch, ended up with a concussion because the car is no longer crushed. They removed a few bars this upcoming season, and they're looking to see how well that's going to hold. Unfortunately, it does require those guys starting to use testing out there on the drivers rather than in a crash zone to try to determine whether these cars are going to be okay for the driver to drive if he does get in a wreck. Justin Cope and Lee Mills kind of fighting together here, 1 and 2. In the second and third spot. Cope on the outside as it looked like Lee Mills had him there for just a moment. But Cope now picking up some positions here. Back up to second and trying to run down Corey Harville. Now, last lap, they are just about matched with about a 29.94 and a 29.95 last lap. Right now, Harville and Cope are meeting or exceeding the expectations of their team out there, and they are continuing to fight up toward the front, and that would be why they're sitting in 1 and 2.
Yeah, the top 5 are under a second from each other, but Stoney Benfield starts the second grouping 2.5 seconds behind.
Yep, and then another second behind him sits Alan Wild, who's trying to catch up to his teammate Andy Reeves. That's where we are talking about that Dale Earnhardt paint in the number 3 Chevrolet. He hangs out in 8th, exactly where he qualified here tonight. Frank Flores sits 9th, and Brian Glass looks like he's going to be occupying a spot on our tower out here, as he did not qualify and he is not racing out there. So hopefully we'll see Brian Glass maybe next week or the following season that is upcoming here for the NSR League. I believe they are looking at a Cup Series 100% league. And they'll see how they'll do it. Right now, Reeves is going to drop down to last place here as Frank Flores passes him in the 88 Chevrolet. So far, so good for the Fast House Racing crew. Right now, Corey Harville, Lee Mills sitting 1 and 3, and Frank Flores starting to pick up the pace here. He's hanging out in 8th.
Yeah, he has a new paint job for this evening, too, Flores does. Looks like some nice stars and bars out there. Very good. Pretty car.
Yeah, I like guys who are definitely put a little patriotic theme there on the cars here for the night. Right now, most of our guys are running some sort of red, white, and blue out there. The only red and white I see leading is Corey Harville's as he continues the charge here. He's going to swear up and down the Milwaukee scheme is not the one to do it here.
Yeah, but Cope is coming on hard. Going to challenge him here probably within the next lap.
Yeah,
if not the next corner.
Yeah, he's definitely getting pretty close here. Right now, that Toyota's been charging all the way. Right now, Jay out there is saying the number 40 of Tyler Hunter's blinking out there. I thought we were rotating through the field. I did not see Tyler Hunter there for a moment, but looked like he's kind of smoothed it out there a little bit, Jay. So fortunately, everything is A-OK out there on the track. Jay, are you out there playing race control here tonight, man? Or are we just out here in the chat, just hanging out here for the night at Charlotte? Let me know. As we take a look here, Harville, Cope, Lee Mills still charging around here. 21 laps into this thing, and looks like Jay is not our RC here tonight, just hanging out. All right.
That works for me. Welcome, Jay. He says, if you're not working, oh, what are you doing? He's enjoying the broadcast.
Oh, that's good. Definitely appreciate everybody who's joining in here tonight. If you consider watching some more of our broadcasts, you can check us out at SimTraxBroadcasting.com, or you can head to our YouTube page. I know we got a Facebook as well. We were hanging out on Twitch there for a little while, but not too much draw. I don't think because we were playing Fortnite out there, we weren't getting too many guys tuning in to Twitch. So mostly YouTube here for SimTrax. Definitely we are able to up the ante a little bit with our bit rate, so you can change all your resolution to 1080p out there, which definitely brings it to you here in 4K. I am locked and loaded, and I got to assure you, I watched one of our previous broadcasts that we did, seeing if I made any mistakes out there, and definitely turn up that resolution, guys. It looks really, really good from your angle, especially if you're watching on a nice 60 or 70-inch screen TV.
In other words, the entire wall of TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they do. Do you know the Samsung is making a wall? I think it's like a 200-inch TV.
Oh, goodness. Well, I think, oh, what is his name? He's, I think, from Jamaica. They call him Sean Kingston. Yeah, he and his mom just got arrested. They have like a 17-foot TV and about $1 million in watches, and they just haven't paid for them. So somewhere down in Miami, in his fancy mansion that he's renting, they arrested him the other night. Just speaking of great big giant TVs.
Great.
Well,
well, you know, paying for things is optional, right?
yeah. So.
All right, well, let's go up here to the front. Right now, Justin Cope is thinking it might be optional for Corey Harville to be leading this race. I think we got about 1/8 of this race complete here. What kind of camera angle is that there? Good Lord, let's get a little closer than that. As Justin Cope here shoots to the outside. Bleeding off a little bit of speed here, unfortunately, and oddly enough, Charlotte, if you're side-by-side, let's say we had... if we had, let's say, 30 drivers side-by-side, definitely a 2-lane area would work. I know what Cope's trying to do, but out there on the track, it's going to bleed off some speed and try to make it move. Jay out there, he was saying MC Hammer did it. Was it tax evasion? No, I do not believe so. I believe most of his friends pretty much robbed him of his money.
Yes.
He loaned out to his friend, and he was paying a security guard an exorbitant amount of money, and they kind of stole it.
He hired everybody that asked him for a job, and he just ran out of money.
No good deed goes unpunished here. Right now, Corey Harville still leading this race, though. I guess there's one positive here, Stella, is if there are a few drivers out there, you get more camera time out there, that's for sure.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the times, and it seems as though they have bled off, like you say, a full second between their best times and their last times out here. So do you think they're going to make it all the way to 45 before they want to come in for tires?
They could. I would want to save them for that last stint of 110 laps. There may be at least 2 green flag stops. At least to remain fast, but honestly, Stella, what do we know? We've seen guys definitely turn an upset out there of things that hadn't been expected. Drivers are starting to get a good spread out, though. Right now, about 1.5 seconds before we can find our pole sitter. who was Lee Mills. Another second and a half beyond that sits Sikosi. And then we can look about 2.5 seconds back, find Alan Wild.
You missed Tyler Hunter.
Yeah, I know, and I'm getting back all the way here another 3/4 of a second to the back of the field where we find Stoney Benfield. Benfield sitting off about 6.25 seconds off pace here to kind of get this race kicked off here. Stella, right now, everybody really spread apart here. Is this a fuel-saving strategy, or is this a car setup strategy?
Well, my question is, did they do their cars for a long run or short run? I would say go for a long run when you've only got the 9 drivers.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you're going to have to do a lot of restarts.
Yeah, and probably a little bit of an extension of the race as well. Originally scheduled for about 134 laps. We extended to 200. So some of these guys may or may not be caught off guard. Here comes Cope. Once again, back all over Corey Harville here, looking to see if he's going to make a run and try to lead this for a little while. And it looks like Cope loses it here. So right now, Harville doing an excellent job. I race a Toyota myself out here on iRacing. And right now, Harville is racing that thing. You see him trying to break the draft here. I don't know if that was a good idea to swing high toward the top. That's going to give Cope a chance to catch him here. Definitely some tire savings would be riding middle of the turn. And right now you see once again dropping back down to the bottom goes Corey Harville. Now he's going to be able to put a little more distance. Unfortunately, Cope will be able to reel him in again with a little bit of the draft heading down the backstretch here. And that is going to definitely kind of scrub anything away. Let's sit along here with Justin Cope in the 59 Ford and see how he's doing it out here as he chases our leader.
Yeah, he's doing it in 5th gear, first of all. So that's interesting. None of that, money shift?
Yep. Well, not yet. I would see guys that once those tires really start wearing down, that's when you see them start downshifting a little bit until pull through the turns.
Okay.
It does look like that front end's trying to ride up the track here a little bit.
That looks like a nice, easy pace. I mean, he's not going crazy. He's not redlining it. Having been paved in 2006, it looks like a pretty decent track to run on.
Oh, yeah.
This is the 2018 version here.
Yeah, a couple of seams starting to separate around the track here, but seeing that it's used so often, you know, for concerts and other types of racing, Indy racing, road course racing, anything out there, this place has definitely earned its keep. And if it deserves another paving, then 100%, I guarantee you they'll do it. Harville with his first mistake here of the day, slides out of turn number 2, contact with the wall. Cope, all he had to do was be patient there. Around he goes. Yeah, now Corey Harville will be the one in second. Now he's going to be playing chase, seeing if he can reel him back in here, but he is steadily losing time as Cope got out in front. We're now led by a Ford, followed by a Toyota in second, and looking all the way back here, Mark Sikosi in a number 8 Chevrolet. He's still charging in that Cheddar's machine in front of Lee Mills.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of things that they do in the off season, Jay out here says he's been in the infield for a car show. So they also have that going for them.
Cool. Right now looking to see if there's any other battles out here on the track. I think Harville's trying to get him here again. Harville down, looks like on the bottom. Can't complete the pass. Still fighting here, working to see if he can find a groove. Sit along here with Corey Harville on the right front of his dash. Looking forward to that Ford that just keeps charging ahead. Lap 39 is underway. Right now, this is looking pretty good. Oh, yeah, Harville, huge run. Nudge there to Cope. Cope checked up. Harville had a good run. They both make contact, and they're both in the wall now.
Wow. I was afraid there was going to be a little hook maneuver there, but so far so good. Just a little rubbing is racing.
See if we can tune in to anything, see if anybody's saying anything out there about that move. I think Copes was trying to tell him to think about backing off a little bit. Alright. See if we can find any more battles out there on the track. I want to check back here on Tyler Hunter. Tyler Hunter still rolling around. We hear somebody shifting gears.
Interesting. Ah, yep. Back and forth between fourth and fifth.
Yep. Hold on a second. Let me check back up front. For Harville, I think it's slicing underneath Justin Cope here. Gotta snug up closer to him. Gotta snug up closer. Oh, they're gonna shoot in a 3 side by side here. Right now, Harville may not have the turn entry here. Getting down, touching below the paint, getting a little loose here. He's gonna slice to the inside this lap. Ooh. I think that one may have
really
gone Harville
high.
just barely. Harville's still holding it here. The more these guys battle, the more it's going to allow the backfield to catch up. Harville makes the pass. Now he's in front of Cope. Cope decides not to cross him up here and try to pass, but Stella, lap 43, almost halfway complete, and not so bad.
Yeah, we only have 2 more laps before our first planned stage break.
Yeah, it couldn't be a better time for Harville to make that pass here. Mark Sikosi's still hanging out in third. Flores is fourth, gaining 5 here on the night. Remember, we were talking about Flores way back there. He was hanging out in 8th.
Yeah, he's a hard charger for so far tonight.
Yep. All right, let's check back in on our leaders. It's right now lap 45 has started. I believe they're probably going to want lap 45 to complete here. And right now, Justin Cope has got to make a good turn here through 3 and 4. Right now, Cope falling off. Yikes, quarter of a second behind here, unless he's trying to set him up. I don't think he's going to have it, though. There still looks like Corey Harville going to take the stage win here at lap 45. No trouble out here on the track, no wrecks. Last lap was about a 31:02. Best time for Corey Harville was a 29:40.
Yeah, I was watching that. They're definitely going down a full 2 seconds or so in that 45 laps. So green flag pit stop will be happening after 90.
Yes. Top guys are waiting to catch up to the pace car here. They'll be heading down pit road. I'm sure everybody 4 tires and fuel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. 59. Oh my goodness, Justin Cope. he thinks he's going to be doing donuts before Did somebody go down too soon?
Yes.
Oh no.
Here's the pace car where they're actually waiting on him. They're going to slow down and almost come to a stop here. Waiting on the pace car to hurry up.
Looking at Charlotte. 55. Yeah, is all the pace car will go. So could be a bit.
All right, come on.
So looks like Lee Mills did serve a penalty going through on a closed pit. because he was down there for 27 seconds.
Here, at least make an adjustment. Normally, coming down on a closed pit will get you an EOL.
Oh, well, he is already at the end.
Right.
So, okay.
Alrighty. Pace
So
car
is that
going
what?
painfully slow out here. Drivers getting ready to pit here in just a moment. Corey Harville will be leading the train down pit road here.
Is that what happened to Cope? Was he kind of going in at the same time and realized, nope, 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 nope?
No, you saw him slide through the red Toyota sign here.
Yeah.
Just bad timing. Just didn't eat in.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it crept up on him.
Hmm.
Something happened with the pace car, so.
So Stony Benfield has gone into the pits now.
Yep, that he has. Waiting to see if the rest of them are going on. Something tells me we got a pace car problem of when this was thrown out.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll see how they do here. This should be going around here. I would think it'd be one to go this time by.
Looks like 4 tires. What? Without everybody coming in?
Well, it seems a little offset here. This is now pace lap number 2. 3 is normally your number.
Huh. Well, Stoney said 4 tires and fuel for me, 1608 in the box.
Yep, well, I'm trying to wait and see.
They gotta come down. Okay, here we go. Everybody's coming in now.
I would almost say Lee Mills needs to come down and top off.
So, let's see if the Rainbow Warriors get Tyler Hunter out quicker than everybody else. Who's our straggler there?
Straggler?
Yeah, we had somebody coming in kind of late.
Maybe bear a guy here, Justin Cope.
Yeah, he
27
was down kind of an inordinate amount of time.
Pace car lights are still on. Lee Mills may have enough fuel to make it this entire stage. If he does, this is going to work out pretty well. A little less fuel, still fresh tires out there. So he'll be able to start back on top with everybody else. I don't know how no penalty was given out here. All right. Yep. Should do it. Stella, I do want to give a shout out here.
Yeah.
To Squeegee Pros and Affordable SEO and Marketing. Stella, you got anything on our SEO sponsors?
No, not right now. I don't.
Alrighty. I'm a little confused here, Stella. We're still single file.
Yeah. I'd help you out if I could. Looks like they're working on it.
Here we go. Whew. Yeah, Reeves should be lining up to the outside here. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. We say we get it back under green, just get back to racing.
Yay!
Back underway. Great start here by Harville. Half a second lead in front of everybody else. Wow. Good launch out front's going to allow him to keep getting away. Mark Sikosi sits now second. He moves up a position from before he pit. Lee Mills sits third, Flores fourth, Alan Wild hangs out in fifth, Andy Reeves not looking too bad here. Reeves on the outside here of Stoney Benfield. We'll see if Benfield continues to roll back or if he's going to be able to fight here toward the front. Looks like he's going to still remain side by side here with Stoney Benfield. Stoney Benfield and Reeves still going at it here. No can do. Done. Looks like not one but two people get around Andy Reeves. Whoop. Touchdown to the bottom there with Tyler Hunter. And I believe we got a mover up front here. Mark Sikosi. Sikosi for the lead. Down on the bottom. Sikosi pulls around and is now leading this race over top of Harville. Harville's starting to close the gap though. Ooh. I think Sikosi got that lap right at the line as they still continue to fight around. And not bad here. Sikosi unfortunately drops back down in second. Corey Harville is now leading this race, Stella.
I do. I see that. I was also looking to find some stuff on your affordable SEO and marketing. They have a Facebook page where you can find out how to outrank your competition online. So that's pretty cool. I mean, if you have a small business, you can get hold of them. They will find all your proper keywords and things. If you're struggling in the digital world, it's a way of getting your name out there, getting your customers to find you easily. So consider looking them up on Facebook under Affordable SEO and Marketing.
Excellent. All right, talk here about the lead with Mark Sikosi to the outside. Corey Harville drops down to the bottom here. Battle still rages on out back between Tyler Hunter and Andy Reeves, though. Sikosi trying to end this. Sikosi looks toward the outside. Harville to the bottom. Chevy, Toyota, Ford, 1, 2, and 3 here. Alan Wild looking to pounce as well as soon as these guys can finish duking it out. Harville not to second, but now to third as Alan Wild makes the pass here in the 07. So it looks like the NC811 team starting to come alive here a little bit, as right now Stoney Benfield sits fourth. And Alan Wild slides into second. Mark Sikosi under a lot more pressure than our two guys last heat with Justin Cope and Corey Harville.
Yeah, Benfield actually moved past Harville in this last lap, and he is third. So we have the NC811 team 2 and 3.
Working hard. As Mark Sikosi is trying to stay out front. Off the back of Mark Sikosi vehicle.
Header's Scratch Kitchen. Make a heck of a pot pie. Yes, Jay. Well, how are they on cheese? Okay.
A place called
They're very
Cheddar's.
sharp.
Yeah. Thanks.
Unlike me. Unlike me right now. So Thanks. Yeah. Heavens.
Keep it up, Jay. I'll put you in the booth here with me. Still racing it out here, our leaders. Right now, I do want to take a peek back here at Flores, see if Flores has got anything going on. Right now, I thought he's battling back here with Cope. Right now, everybody did come in and pit on lap 48, except Lee Mills, who came in on 46. Some heat up in the front here again. It looks like a shot here for Wild. Wild around the outside. Gets it. Yep, he's cleared him.
Yep.
Sikos is going to get a little help here from Stoney down the bottom. Unable to get him enough draft help. Sikos is going to have to tuck in the second here.
Jay's another fan of, he doesn't like cheese that when he bites it, it bites him back. He goes for the mild. That works.
Then he better stop eating Popeyes.
Uh-oh.
All right. So let's take a look back here at the 8th and 9th positions. Andy Reeves sits 8th, Flores is 9th.
What's he have on the side there? Body magic?
Yes.
Okay. Are we referring to Boomhauer?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, jumping down some Dicklets.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Flashbacks.
Yep.
But let's take a look here. We got we've got Alan Wild and Ben Field. Kind of like I called it way early on. The two of them together again. Followed by Sikosi, Harville, and Mills. My beautiful rainbow colored car of Tyler Hunter in 6th, followed by Cope, Reeves, and Flores.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's right back where he started.
Yeah. The distance that Tyler Hunter has on the rest of the field, looking back, about a second to Justin Cope, another second and a half to Andy Reeves, another second to Frank Flores. I don't know if Flores had a bad turn here a couple of minutes ago. These guys are way off pace here.
Yeah, initially we were within a second of each other, all 1 through 9. Now we're 5 seconds from each other. That's not great.
Yeah, I'll tell
But
you.
we got a nice bunch here in the front 6.
It's not great as our guys here in the playoff running are deciding to make decisions or race elsewhere here for the night, which is rather unfortunate. Alan Wild and Stoney Benfield still leading this one here. Right now I'm seeing Tyler Hunter fighting around Lee Mills there. Hunter now up to 5th. Mills on the roll back. So Stella, what do you think about Corey Harville going after Stoney here?
I think he's on the inside. If he remains on the inside, Harville's been doing very well down on the bottom there when he and Cope were at it. So I would not be surprised if he is able to make that move.
Now we'll continue watching that battle for second. Harville been up in the top 5 most here of the night. Ooh, shot to the wall.
Is that what caused that? Okay. All I saw was him flying inward. I guess in this case, flying down.
Yeah, right now that is Harville here still battling around in second. It looks like
But
he's
he
trying to
did
get
pass
Alan Wild
Benfield.
here.
Yeah, I think he likes it out front in that fresh air. Oh, wow, was that a hit to the wall? No, the one on not Hunter, 59.
Yeah, it looked like
Cope
Justin
took.
Cope and Hunter may have both clipped the wall at the same time.
Oh,
There when
really? Okay.
when they both slid up. It looked something happened there.
Yeah. Would we like to take a look at Cope doing that?
Yeah, we can take a look at Cope's car and see if he's got any damage.
Oh, okay.
In front.
Yeah, for lunch. Yeah, bit more than just the front. I think he's got a little more down the side too. Yeah, that was a hard hit. Yeah, Jay, I saw that happen the other night, actually. Rear end, bumps into the wall, and the bumper was gone. I mean, I saw it skidded down the thing, and poof, yes, it reappeared. So, iRacing takes some liberties, we will call it.
Well, still, it's an ever-growing game, and we have graphic designers and everything else out there trying to straighten up these cars out there on the track. From things like rain to pit crews actually on pit that you can see, to fumbles where they were talking about making mechanical failures at random. Yeah, there would be some cool, interesting facts. You just hate to, battle all race and then 3 laps from the end you blow a tire.
Yes.
Just at random.
Yes. I think I would cry.
I think I would enjoy seeing some damage to the right front, or if you're making contact with other cars, that the body damage would end up definitely taking one of your tires down. If there was some contact. You ask the spotter, hey, is, the fender touching? He says, yeah, man, we better bring that thing into pit. If you decide not to, it'll cut your tire down. That would be pretty cool.
Okay, that's better than random. Okay, tonight, the 5th car in line is going to have something happen.
You don't think it'd be awesome to have the engine blow on Alan Wild's car and sling oil all over the track?
Absolutely not.
God, that'd be awesome. That would be so awesome. Extra caution laps for doing it because somebody accidentally double downshifted out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even Jay saying the oil slick. Yes.
No. Yeah, but if you think about it, you're looking at people, at least in this league, from all over the country versus all over the world. We've had leagues where people were signing in from Europe or Australia, and they're able to sign in, have a car that looks amazing, on a track that looks amazing, and have the instant reactions time to what you're doing among everybody else doing what they're doing from everywhere. And I find that pretty fascinating, considering because of the technology that's available today.
Yeah, at least be able to kind of grow on that. Stella, we have looks like somebody down in pit, Tyler Hunter. I don't know if this is a scheduled pit stop here, but he is hanging out in pit road now for over 40 seconds going on.
What did he do? You said you thought you saw him hit the wall. Did he have enough to make a repair?
You wouldn't think.
Maybe he just needed to take a pit stop.
Huh.
It happens.
Well, seeing that there's a good possibility of a lack of cautions here. Yes. I don't think Tyler Hunter's be able to get most of his laps back, though.
That is true. We are running, 30-second laps, so yeah, he's been in there a minute and a half almost.
Yep. Right now we're tuned in to Lee Mills here. It looked like he was taking a look around Stony Benfield down on the bottom. Not yet. I give it to him, though. He is taking a peek. Get back in Lee Mills' car.
Mind you, bring our interval back up.
Costello out there in the chat, your answer.
Oh, he did. Okay. So I guess you're showing our last lap time for everyone, showing how much they've had fall off on their tire wear. But don't worry, we have only 9 more laps before our next stage break.
Yeah, that we do. Right now, the battle between Benfield and Mills. I think Flores just overcame Justin Coe. Right now, the entire field is separated by almost 11.5 seconds.
It is.
Reeves seems to be way off pace here. Evo TV saying hit number 40 of Tyler Hunter. Hit the wall and then received some damage out there. Tyler Hunter just got back into town and was able to make the race, fortunately.
And comes in with a wonderful paint scheme.
Wow.
Yes?
Nothing. I was trying to tune in and find out where our points leader is. Dylan Banks. He is actually at Charlotte.
Yes. He is at the in real life racetrack. Which is very cool.
Excellent. I'll be excited to see how that race pans out and does. Right now, we are looking at Stoney Benfield and Lee Mills trying to go at it here. 5 laps before we head to the stage. Harville looks like he'll be having enough of a lead over top of Sikosi to overcome this one. I want to check. Ooh, man. Close shot here. Right now, Benfield and Lee Mills going for that spot. That being third. Right now, I think Flores is doing the same. Flores on the inside, the 88 Chevrolet, trying to run down Alan Wild here. Mills does get the best of Benfield. And now starts putting on the distance. Unfortunately, he's got to make up about 3 3/4 seconds there to find Mark Sikosi, who's off by 0.6 of a second off our leader, Corey Harville. Check back in on Alan Wild. I think Frank Flores is going to be looking to see if he can get another run at him here in the next couple of laps. The 88 Chevrolet, that is. We're sitting on top of the car now.
Yeah, he doesn't have too much more time before they throw that caution flag.
Yeah, he's got a good roll through the center of the turn. I've seen him sitting on top of Flores' car. I'm wondering if he does kind of sandbag it a little bit here with the tires. Right, good roll, but look at the speed he can get. Right now, fantastic roll through the turn for Flores. Little trail braking job here as he's going to move to the inside of Alan Wild. Wild now going to have to check out. He's going to hang out there in 6th. Frank Flores earned that one. Couple of great turns there, and he makes the pass.
Yes, very well done.
Flores going to hold on to a top 5 here. Heading into the stage unless some catastrophe happens into the wall. I would say right now he is running 0.2 faster than Stoney Benfield here. Benfield might be a sitting duck here in just a moment. Right now I'm waiting to see if anything comes of this. So far, those two guys are only 3/10 apart here.
But he's got a half a lap to do it in.
Yeah. And I believe Mr. Hunter is taking it back to the garage.
Oh, I wondered about that.
Yep, take a look. Flores wants to do it. Decides to check up, and no can do.
Not
Flores
this
going to
time.
get a top 5, though. 4 positions up from his original qualifying position. Looks like we're going to wait for the pace car to get its lazy butt on out of pit. Looks like he is out of his parking spot at least. Congratulations to Corey Harville coming away with this stage. Alrighty. Corey Harville taking stage number 2. Stella taking stage number 1 was...
I don't know.
Oh, it's Cope.
I think it was a Cope and Harville fight out there. It's okay. Jay will tell us here in a minute. He's our pit road reporter tonight. I did not write down. I have written down stage 2. I did not write down stage 1. I was too intrigued with the pit road issues, I think.
Corey Harville in the Coors Light machine, working his way into the pit box. Whoop! Sikosi a little too far. That's going to hurt him.
Jay says Harville did win the first one. All right. Well, at least this time we got everybody into the pits and maybe out of the pits on the same lap.
And that should be Harville clearing the line here. Yep. It was Corey Harville, Justin Cope, and Sikosi, 1, 2, and 3.
Ah, okay. I think that will definitely help Sikosi in the playoff points.
Yeah, you can desperately use it. See if they're going at it. We'll see if we can grab a hold of Corey Harville here and talk to him. Corey Harville, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. 1 stage, 2 stage. Do we got a race win under our belt?
Oh, I'm feeling it today, man. I'm feeling so good. I figured out the long run speed after that first stage. I think I'm in a pretty good position, to be honest.
We've got a huge stretch coming up here. Remember, we're not stopping at 134. We're going all the way to 200. I'm assuming we've still got 2 sets of tires down in pit. Is there a time we might not take tires here at Charlotte?
With the small field we've been going green, knock on wood, the whole race. So probably not. Probably run the tank out, get some freshies, and then save a set for a late caution if it comes out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is I'm assuming it may be 1, if not 2. Wondering if anybody was going to go ahead and cut bait with the amount of time. In between stages here, you guys are losing about 2 seconds off pace out there on the track. A couple of guys have made contact with the wall. Justin Cope and Tyler Hunter out there. Of course, that has all been in your rearview mirror tonight, as you were the only Toyota out there on the track. Man, is there anything you're nervous about out there? Is anybody else faster that you think may be able to overtake and win this one?
Yeah, there's a few fast guys out here. The main thing is just preserving your tires. It seems like everybody in that first stage kind of overdrove their cars and wore down. I think think preservation is going to be a huge factor into this.
All right, man. Well, I'll send you back to Fast House Racing. I'm sure we'll talk to you here in the end. Good luck to you out there, buddy.
I hope so. Thank you.
Corey Harville going to go ahead and take the green flag here in just a moment as we send him back to Fast House Racing as soon as he enters the Geico restart zone. Away he goes, half a second lead, but we saw how this happened last time. Out front super fast, and they were able to run him down. Sikosi sits second, Lee Mills is third, Stoney Benfield fourth place. So still fighting on through for Stoney Benfield. Good pit stop for him with a 15-13. He was one of the fastest down there, but not as fast as Frank Flores. With a 14.70, he was ready to go on that run as he gets out of pit and hangs out in fifth. But he still battles side by side here with Alan Wild. Gets clear of him here as we see Frank Flores sitting right behind him, that 88 Chevrolet, clearing the 07 Ford of Wild. Wild now going to be staring at his rear bumper as they run down the backstretch here. Stoney Benfield is now fourth. Lee Mills looks like he might be losing third here as Benfield's got a great run here, Stella.
Yeah, it's looking good. Now, mind you, he usually runs the high side, so him trying to pass here on the bottom, it should be interesting to watch.
Yeah, we'll see if they continue to do any more battles out there. Harville out in front of Mark Sikosi here by less than a tenth of a second. Sikosi looking to the inside. Don't know if he's going to have it here. And Sikosi clears. So the Cheddar's machine charging forward. Stoney Benfield second. And Alan Wild looks like he's going to take third. Somehow Alan Wild opens this thing wide on open as they shoot across the line to get lap number 98 started. Sikosi going to enjoy some time in the front. But right now Harville, as he's saying, it's a tire conservation race. I'm wondering if he's just kind of letting them do their thing. And he'll reel him right on back in.
Maybe. Take a look at Benfield, though. He is on a tear. He's about to take over Sikosi's position, put him in second.
Yeah, quick little adjustment out there for Benfield. Fast pit stop time. A lot better than this 16 stop time after stage one. And he gets out front, so he's able to pick up another 9/10 in down pit road there, and now he's still charging forward. Not bad here. Now Benfield will lead this race. But in a tire conservation race and a right rear, oddly enough, right front does get some little bit of heat into it. But the right rear definitely takes a beating out here at Charlotte. It's going to be pretty tough here. So Stella, looks like we're all single file here. We're going to cut to commercial and we'll end up being right back.
Okay. And here we arrived back a little after halfway point. We're on lap 102, and Stoney Benfield is retaining that front spot, followed by Mark Sikosi and the other NC811 Alan Wild in his 07 Ford.
Corey Harville, our leader and both stage winner, sets fourth. Frank Flores is fifth. Andy Reeves, we're taking a look at in the Dale Earnhardt scheme. In the number 3, better be in a Chevrolet. Yes, he is. Lee Mills sits seventh. Justin Cope is eighth. And Tyler Hunter, our first driver to take it back to the garage here tonight, who put down at least one lap, 75 to be exact, is how many he made it before he ended up with too much damage out there. So Looks like he's going to take it back and head back to the drawing board here. We're going to take another moment here in right now to go ahead and take a look at our playoff drivers. Dylan Banks, Ralph Hutchinson, and Jacob Simpson, 1, 2, and 4 of our guys who are locked in for the final race are not here tonight. Stella, I say locked in for the final race. I'm thinking somebody's going to be eliminated, seeing that Sikosi sits second. Stoney Benfield is leading this race. Corey Harville, unfortunately, still participating, was eliminated last week, and still the charge keeps going on. Alan Wild is sitting 7th in the process of being eliminated, and Wild is sitting 3rd. So out there on the track, this is looking pretty tough for most of our guys out there. So now we'll watch Andy Reeves. I believe he is unfortunately marching in the wrong direction, down to 8th as Cope slices underneath.
Yeah, looking at those points, Dylan Banks is probably not going to be challenged. He's 31 points, I think, ahead of the others. But I'm looking at Simpson's going to definitely be in hot water. Since he is only 2 points ahead of Mark Sikosi, and this absence is going to kill him.
Yeah, Stella, I think even with only 8 drivers now that are on the track, he will be eliminated. It won't take much to go ahead and unseat him from the 2 points that he holds over top of the rest of them. My biggest concern is that guy who hangs out in that 2nd spot right now. I don't know if that's going to be Ralph Hutchinson, is going to be in some hot water, or Justin Cope. Now, Cope needs a good finish here tonight. Unfortunately, sitting down in 8th. I don't know if that's going to be enough points to hold him in 3rd. The only separation between Simpson and Cope is 2 points, and 2 points above that is Ralph Hutchinson. Yes, you are correct. Dylan Banks is pretty much untouchable out there in that 48 machine, sitting with 3031. The amount of points, you kind of flip those last 2 numbers, that's Ralph Hutchinson. So he's right now, I still say it's up for grabs, but heck, I was wrong last week. I thought Harville had a chance, seeing that 3 guys were still in the chance of being eliminated, and they still were able to make it on through. Right now, I'm seeing, I'm hoping that I'm probably guessing that Mark Sikosi and Benfield are going to overtake. Cope may slide above Hutchinson. Now, whether Lee Mills or Alan Wild are able to squeak through as Simpson and Hutchinson will most likely be eliminated, that's going to be pretty tough to guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the point structure is, but there's going to be enough points laid out here in these 8 drivers, if that's how many finish, to definitely surpass Jacob Simpson.
Yeah, right now, Stoney Benfield is actually almost putting on a clinic here, now leading out in front by 1.4 seconds.
Let us just hope that this is not a flash in the pan.
Yeah. Well, right now, matching the same time as Mark Sikosi, who hangs out in 2nd. Alan Wild sitting 3rd now. And so far, so good. Let's take a look at some of these last lap times here, and you notice how Wild is a little bit faster than everybody else out there on the field. I wouldn't expect Sikosi to try to pick up the pace, let Stoney Benfield do his thing out front. But, Stella, we've talked to guys here at Charlotte before. Frequent winner was Robert Rader there with the Racing Revolution League, and he would say the reason he won is because he had fresh air out front, the car just ran better, we was able to handle better, and you weren't having to deal with somebody taking the air off the rear bumper like you see Alan Wild doing here to Mark Sikosi.
Yeah, fresh air and patience used to be his big thing. Was don't push it just to be out front. That there's a lot to do with maintaining your line, maintaining your race schedule, and watch the other people just kind of fall off because they're panic racing.
Yeah, 100%. Right now, this is Cope. Cope now moves up to 7th as he clears Reeves. Stella, my biggest concern right now is our stage winner of multiple times is Corey Harville. He's 3.5 seconds off the back bumper here, Mark Sikosi.
Yeah, that's surprising. But then again, he's feeling good about the race unless he changed something in unless he changed something in that last pit stop and is just going to hope he can hang on and not be lapped by the time he runs out of gas and has to go in.
Yeah, there's still a possibility here. They were talking about running it out to where he's out of fuel. If he is able to maintain some of this speed, he should do quite well. He is right now running a 30.16 out there. A little bit faster as Frank Flores, by a tenth faster, who hangs out right behind him in the 88 Chevrolet. Still going on here as they get lap 115 started here. Stella, this continues to roll on, and we'll talk a little bit about our sponsor of Admin Box here. Stella, I know we've seen guys having the RC out there. Even Jay's giving it a shot, and this guy sent me a picture of his screen. And you want to talk about a mess. Trying to be race control out there, still watch the race, review the race, and whether to dish out black flags or not out there is definitely difficult. But what can Admin Box do for a normal driver, or even a driver that's looking to, that may not have a race control out there?
I know they can. You can program the keys to where you won't miss your fast repair. Or if you only want, gasoline, a stop and go, and not tires, one button, and you're good to go. It's pretty handy versus sometimes you'll see some of these guys are racing and they're yelling to the person behind them, switch my tires, to help with the keyboard. It's not easy. It's not like these guys have actual crew chiefs that are going to change their plans. It's pretty cool. But just to let you know, Admin Box, being a sponsor of the league, has a promo code, I guess we would call it, where you could get 10% off all of your orders through Admin Box, and all you have to do is put in NSR-box, BOXX, like Admin Box. And that code doesn't expire, and it'll give you 10% off. That's not bad.
Yeah, and it also kind of give kudos to the guy you got the code from. Riding along with Frank Flores here on top as he's trying to run down Corey Harville. Harville's still way off pace here, and I'm a little still concerned. 3.8 seconds off pace now from the guys in front, but he's actually starting to reel him in here. 3.5 now as he's slicing up that time from Mark Sikosi. I don't know if Sikosi had a horrible turn here as he's still running around with Alan Wild. Benfield that was out in front by almost 1.8 seconds has now been cut down to 1.2. Is Benfield slacking off? Are the tires frying here? Right now, check out some of these last lap times. Bad lap here by Stoney Benfield.
Yeah, and Harville has not lost time between his best and his last. So I think he's running his race. And so's Lee Mills, actually. They're both in the 29s.
Yeah, which is really crazy. Stoney Benfield looks like he's had his lead cut in half here in the past couple of laps. I wonder if Benfield's burned him up here, and now he's on the march backwards. Hopefully we'll see some of his lap times when he gets by this next time. But Wild just outside of that draft bubble here as he's reaching out to grab a hold of him here. Wild and Sikosi using their powers together, trying to reel in Stoney Benfield. Could get a little bit closer. Benfield this time by with a 30.41. Alan Wild with a 30.34. A lot better for Benfield, still 0.3 of a second faster than his last lap. Man, oh man, did he take a hit to his lead in that last run.
Yeah, that was a huge deficit in just a lap or two. But considering people like Harville are not losing any time, and they've gone 30 laps since they came in on 92, that's really good.
Yeah, right now being able to conserve that long. I don't know how guys like that don't get the fidgets out there where you're, all right, well, there's specs out there, but I can reel them in. And just having that confidence out there is really impressive. Seeing that Corey Harville at least has some of his friends out there to work with. Frank Flores and Lee Mills. I guarantee if they decide to kick it, they're going to tell him, all right, man, let's roll. The three of them may link up and create a train behind the Coors Light train, as he will be the conductor and try to, I'm sure, lead them up toward the front. Wild now within about a half a second here, and they should be able to reel it in. Harville now taking that almost 4-second cut lead. Now under 3 seconds before they can catch Mark Sikosi, who still hangs out in that third spot.
Yeah, I'm curious when Wild catches up, since they are teammates, will they kind of work together, do a little bit of a draft situation, or is he going to blow by him?
I don't know, Stella. The way I saw it at Talladega, they're kind of a one-for-one deal. They'll work together out there. But if you remember when they were slinging around each other, I believe it was Eric Arnold, that ended up getting out there. They led the outside line, and then two bailed and left the third one hanging. So I would say it almost races like every man for himself out there. Stoney Benfield leading this race for quite some time here, but it doesn't look like it's going to last much longer, as Alan Wild is starting to reel him in less than half a second before they reach up there. And Harville now only down from 3 seconds off the lead, 2.5 off Sikosi now. So this is looking really, really good for these guys. Let's check that back up here with Alan Wild and Mark Sikosi. Stella, I think any teamwork out here, we may see one driver block for another here. But Sikosi fights around Alan Wild here, goes ahead and gets second, but not so fast. Wild takes the outside line, gets some turn exit speed, and may be able to clear him here, and he does.
Yeah, now I wouldn't expect anything in the last 4 laps of Team Shmeem, you know. It's all for one and one for all until the checkered flag comes.
Yep. Still looking at it here. Right now we're waiting to see if Alan Wild is going to catch up to Stoney Benfield. He's kind of stalled out here. Time still lacking, though. Alan Wild sitting with a 30.63. Stoney Benfield was actually faster than them this time. Corey Harville sitting with a 30.4. And everybody else behind him matching just about that time.
Yeah, amazingly. 4th through 8th are all exactly 30.4 and a tiny bit.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm wondering if they're going to start kind of reeling them in here as they break past another threshold here. Less than 2 seconds before Corey Harville catches Sikosi or Alan Wild. Sikosi now slides up to that second spot, and it looks like Alan Wild's going to go ahead and follow Sikosi. I guarantee you, if Alan Wild was kind of sandbagging it here to keep from catching up to Benfield, Sikosi's not thinking the same thing. Sikosi's going to go up there and grab a hold of Stoney Benfield, as we've got at least 129 laps complete here, caution-free, other than stage breaks, which happened at 45 and 90. This is a stretch all the way to 200. Strung out along the track here, and we're waiting to see when anybody decides to see if they got a little more underneath that gas pedal there. I'm wondering, you know, if anybody's got a stopper out there, almost like a guitar has it on the puts a stopper on the neck with the strings, is not allowing it to go any farther here, and maybe somebody's going to reel somebody in and get something going here. Sikosi starting to break into that less than a quarter second behind of Stoney Benfield here, and Harville way back there, sitting about 2.13 seconds off the lead here. But Harville not bad though, 1.5 and less, and continuing to gain here on Alan Wild. Right now he's starting to leave Flores in the dust here, as Flores is unable to keep up with him. 0.6 down, and Justin Cope fighting back from, remember, around 8th position where Andy Reeves is, gets around Lee Mills and now hangs out in 6th.
Yeah, Harville making a heck of a move. I mean, the last time I looked, it was like 3.5 seconds. He has cut that in half in these last 5 laps.
All right, Stella, talk a little bit about pit strategy here. Guys are obviously going to have to take tires and take as much fuel as they can and pack it full. But how far can they make it here on that tank of fuel? That's going to be the questionable part. If they've been sandbagging it here, holding back, a nicer term, conserving tires, that they will they have more fuel? Will they be able to stretch it a little farther? Can Corey Harville go another 5 laps rather than the rest of the field? Unfortunately, it would leave him out of any chance of drafting if he were to come back out of pit. So right now I'm wondering, down on pit road, if there's any thought out there when somebody pits and which is the make or break point. If Sikosi decides to come in, does the rest of the field come in, or do they wait for Stoney Benfield to come down?
That would be a good question. I mean, having the advantage of a teammate, yes, I would say the teammates come in at the same time. At least you're not coming out, like you were saying, Harville all by himself. But, wow, look at Harville. He is up on wild, something fierce.
Yep, finally caught him here. Outside line for Harville starting to come alive. That gives Harville third. Sikosi going to be looking for a pass here pretty quick. He knows Harville's starting to get a lot bigger there in the rear view.
Does anybody else hear the Jaws theme? Oh, he's coming.
Yep. I'm sure all eyeballs are even staring at that tower as they're watching Corey Harville. And the lone Toyota out here at Charlotte, getting ready to make a move. Check out Stoney Benfield. Benfield losing the lead here. And Harville's laughing this one up as he's 3/4 of a second as these two continue to battle up front. The more side-by-side they get, the more the rest of the field can catch up. Quick pass by Sikosi through 3 and 4, and now Harville's in the rear view.
He sure is. He's coming up on a half a second behind these two. Woo.
Yeah, not bad. Great turn exit here by Harville. Starting to reel these guys in. This is impressive. Right now I'm wondering what he's got up his sleeve here. You can feel how he's taking it so much easier out there, having to save some tire. Stella, you ever consider how many laps guys do to kind of start dialing these cars in for tire savings? How far they can go? I mean...
Well, I'm sure they have to, they have to do all their tests and everything. Wow, I think he's getting loose, though. I mean, I think it might be about that time for tires. Yeah, they've got to figure out where their fuel window is, where their tire window is. But my question is, what's going to run out first on Harville, or any of these guys? Their fuel or their tires? Because they all came down on exactly the same lap.
Your guess would be as good as mine as Harville's here to the outside. Right now, Harville, wow, good cut.
Second. Woo!
Passes Stoney Benfield the outside, slices back to the inside. Harville has the lead here, but only by a fender. Very close. Sikosi going to be able to get a turn exit speed here coming out of the tunnel turn. Rotating into 1. I think Harville will have the turn here. But remember, Harville's been saving these tires, so he's going to be shooting down to the bottom here. As soon as he can get a clear, he's going to rotate up. Harville loose.
Oh, yeah. I was watching him kind of struggling with that wheel 2 laps ago. I'm a little concerned. But maybe once he's out front, then he can control when everybody comes into the pits because they'll all follow him.
Well, remember, he's been saving tire and saving fuel this whole time. And Harville hasn't been out in front like Stoney Benfield has. Benfield has had no help out there with any kind of fuel savings. Somebody tucking in behind you or you following somebody will save fuel. And right now he had been out here for at least 2/3 of the stint before they end up coming down in the pit. Yes, will it all depend on Harville coming down in the pit? Possibly, but I don't know if Harville has more fuel than the rest of the field here, seeing that he's been holding out.
Well, even if he does have more fuel, he could stay out a couple longer, but then you're running right back into that situation where he will be pitting alone.
Yes.
But all these guys are so separated at this point. Is anybody really getting any fuel savings from drafting?
Well, right now, Stoney Benfield following behind Mark Sikosi, yes. Yeah, right now they're trying to hang on. If you're talking about between Reeves and Mills... Probably not. Between Mills and Wild, no, absolutely not. Those guys are separated by about a light year here, 3.5 seconds off there. before they can find each other. But heck, we were even talking about guys 4 seconds off, and here we are with Corey Harville back in the lead.
Yes.
And actually putting on distance.
He's feeling it. He is. He's almost at a second ahead of Mark Sicosi.
Yep, one race too late here.
Yeah. We have seen that before.
Yeah. Yeah, a guy eliminated from the playoffs, and then the following race he wins it.
Yes.
Who was that? Was that Justice Murphy?
Justice. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Justice Murphy having a heck of a run, and then I thought he won like 3 races. He was the huge upset.
Oh, it was painful.
He went out there and started mixing it up, but that's why you don't quit during the playoffs. You can definitely toy around with the rest of the field and kind of laugh it off, even though you're not in the running. Definitely somebody doesn't come away with a win and moves on to the next stage. It was he got the win, and then it was all a points battle beyond him. So it definitely mattered on your performance the entire race, not just the last lap.
Yeah, let's take a look, though. We've got 2 more joiners here to our semi-front group. Minus Harville, who is out in front by over a second. We now have 4 in this group, not just Sicosi and Benfield.
Yeah, I was kind of zooming in here on Flores and Cope, kind of reeling them in here on the back, seeing that we are coming up with just over 50 laps left to go here in this race. Cope starting to kind of sneak up behind Stoney Benfield as he pushes Flores to the inside. Flores, I'm not sure if that was a kind of an idea or if that was something he wanted to do there, but the choice has been made for him here as Cope rides on the outside. Benfield to the inside, Sicosi to the outside as the battle for second here. Sicosi's going to get it. But does Cope match up with him for Revline Racing if these two can link up and start fighting their way back to the front? Right now, Cope has got a little bit of door draft from Stoney and a little bit of front draft from Mark Sicosi here. So now Cope slides on up, is able to clear Flores, but the battle still rages on for Sicosi to help Justin Cope get around. Cope getting loose, coming out of 4, almost making contact with the wall, and Cope has already met the wall more than once here tonight, and he's trying to keep it away from it.
Yeah, speaking of trying to get away, looks like Mark Sicosi says, I don't want any more of that. Ooh, do we have a first taker into the pits?
Andy Reeves, our first driver coming down pit road here. A driver
now,
from Shreveport, Louisiana, definitely going to go ahead and check out here. Definitely put some fuel and tires in it, but Stella, I don't see anybody else joining the same strategy.
No, not as of yet, but I was going to compliment him for making it 150 laps further than he did last week. So it's very, very, very heartening. It's called, moving up, keeping on.
Yeah.
Nice 16-second pit stop.
All right, check out the battle here for a second as Cope almost comes from dead last, now hanging out in second. Remember,
Wow.
Cope originally started in 3rd in this race, so he's used to hanging out here in the top 5. A little unusual seeing how far back he actually decided to stay, rather than Harville about mid-pack. Right now, this is Cope, and I'm waiting to see if Cope has he saved even more tire than Harville has. Right now, 2.2 out front Harville was, or is about to get back up top, and Harville still leads this race. Justin Cope has got to play chase. Frank Flores, Lee Mills on their way down.
Yes, and I'm looking at Cope, Sicosi, and Benfield. That second clump there was a second and a half down. They're now looking at 2.5 seconds down. So I don't know if it's been they're challenging each other or Harville is just continuing on a forward roll. But they are losing pace.
Yeah, taking a look back at some of these last lap times. 30.71 here for Harville. Everybody else still playing chase right now. They do match those times for Justin Cope, over 31 seconds for Sicosi, and still fighting on through. I'm waiting to see, seeing that the rest of Fast House Racing has pit. Corey Harville still remains out onto the track. So an interesting call here if Harville decides when he comes down pit. Obviously not this lap, as he gets lap number 153 started here in the SimTraX 200 here at Charlotte. Still fine battle here out here on the track. Couple of guys are just trying to make it look like they're playing survival mode out here. But Stella, let's take a look at, talking about some of our times out there. Looking at our guys who have already pit. Andy Reeves just turned a 29.70. That's already a second faster than the last lap Corey Harville just turned.
Okay.
Yeah,
Andy, I think it might be time. Here comes Sicosi and Benfield down in the pits.
Yep, leaving Cope and Harville out there. Reeves now laying down a 29.50. That's only a tenth slower than Harville's fastest time out here on the track. Yeah, it might be getting about that time, but Harville leading out front by 2.5 seconds now. It definitely makes you wonder how much longer he decides to stay out. Harville coming down, Cope staying out.
Okay. Okay. Now this will be interesting because we have, some differences. A 147, 149, now 153s, 155s. Everybody's got just a little bit of difference in edge here. So let's see how this pans out.
Yeah, he's going to pit. He's got to. If everybody else is out there and they're running 2 seconds faster, you can't stay. So Cope with an excellent call here, working his way down pit. Harville already working his way out. And the driver who is out there on the track that is a lap down is going to be Frank Flores. He's trying to hurry up and get his lap back. And get around Harville here. Still trying to chop through here. Right now, still charging forward. I got to give it to most of these guys who are out front. Cope, remember, Cope is our guy in the lead. So that's why it's showing everybody so much lower. Harville is able to stay out in front of Flores, his teammate here. And Harville trying to reel him in. Where's Cope? Cope's working his way out of pit. 16.5 seconds. He's going to pay for it.
Yep. Oh.
Down to second. It looks like, yep, Frank Flores is going to pass. Now Sicosi. Sicosi right now running about 178 miles an hour. Passes his teammate here. Cope now down to fifth.
Reeves is passing him. Oh, maybe. Nope. Yes.
No, Justin Cope now getting up to speed, only about 6 miles an hour off, so he'll be able to hold on to it here. Right now, Reeves, last pit on 147. He's the one on the oldest tires right now. So he's hanging out in fifth. Will he be able to manage? But Harville, what a pit stop time. As he gets out there is, unfortunately, oddly enough, one of the slower times in the pit box with a 16:22 out there. But he was able to squeeze out in front of everybody else. And not only that, but he is looking at just over 40 laps before this race completion. And he is leading in front of his teammate by over 2.5 seconds.
Wow. Yeah, that has to be the advantage of that front pit box.
Yeah, I guess so. Taking a look here at Andy Reeves. Reeves now laying the fastest time on the track with a 29:37. I wonder if the Intimidator is going to be able to make it up here as he sits in fifth. And they're at white and blue cars all through. Second, third, and fourth, Flores, Sicosi, and Benfield. Right now, they are creeping up on 3 seconds behind. Harville, I don't think, is pushing it here. But a 29.66 for Harville out there. Stoney Benfield hitting a 29.36.
Nice.
You obviously see Sicosi on the bottom. Looks like Flores is going to try to overtake him here on the outside.
Yeah, I think he just put down his fastest lap of the night.
Still fighting it. Sicosi, Benfield. All right. Flores drops down to fourth. Lee Mills looks like he's having some trouble out there right now. He's sitting down in seventh. 5.5 seconds off this pocket here. And right now, Harville. Right now, looking at his crew chief, doesn't seem to be any worse for the wear here. Almost thinking they're going to be laughing to the bank on this one. Harville not being helped by any sort of draft like these two here are working on as they work nose to tail here. they're actually able to pick up almost 0.2 of a second. But still, once again, we've talked about tire savings here. Is Harville saving his tires since he's out front and may be able to turn it up later on?
Yeah, at least nobody's pushing him high if he wants to stay low. And like you said, staying in the middle is the best thing for tires on this track. Nobody's pushing him down or anything like that. He's got his clean air up front. But these guys, Benfield and Sikosi, they're coming. The lap time is getting shorter, and Benfield, I think, just put down the fastest lap of the night.
Yeah, looking to see Benfield's time on the 29:36 out there. Not bad.
Yeah.
And he does. Right now, that 75 Ford is on a tear here. But Stella, we saw this last time from Benfield. Out front, able to remain fast. But fried his tires off about 30 laps too early.
Yes. But we know they can get to the end on the fuel because they did over 40 laps between 90 and their 150 stops.
Yeah.
So it should be whoever maintains their tires till the end.
And the driver from Fast House Racing, Lee Mills, was off by 5.5 seconds off the lead. Has already gone ahead and taken 1.2 off of that. Still sitting sixth, trying to reel in Justin Cope here. Cope still trying to recover from pit call strategy that didn't go his way as he worked his way back out onto the track. And definitely trying to fight it on through. Cope sits sixth, Reeves is fifth. Flores, our fourth place driver, sitting in third is Mark Sikosi, Stoney Benfield second, and Corey Harville leading this race by less than 3/4 of a second, and now it's been shaved down to a half as Stoney Benfield turning up the heat here right now. Last lap by Corey Harville with a 30.13, Benfield running a 29.5.
Nice.
I think
the fastest.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say the fastest lap at this track during a race was a 28.59. And that was old Jimmy Johnson in his Chevy SS. So these guys are doing wonderfully.
Yeah, Stoney Benfield starting to reel in Corey Harville here. I think Harville is kind of like a Venus flytrap here. I think he's waiting for him. He's going to let him catch up, and I'm wondering if Harville's thinking about taking off, or if he's going to let him pass. Let Stoney get out front for a little while, but not let him get too far away, reel him in, and then pass him here at the end. This is impressive here that Stoney Benfield able to make up that sort of time.
Yes, both of them, Benfield and Sikosi, made up 2 seconds. I mean, they were good 2.5 behind him.
Yeah, but Harville now picking up the pace, now matching last lap time here with Stoney Benfield. Remember earlier we were talking that he was running with a 30.1, and then Benfield was running a 29.5. So 0.6 lost in one lap. I think Harville's just kind of waiting it out here. I'm wondering if he'll just kind of stay out front just like this, and as soon as Benfield wants to try to pass him, we're going to see Harville kicking in overdrive and leaving.
That will be interesting. Because
Yeah.
right now, if Sikosi snugged up, in the same line, although he's trying to get his little share of fresh air, I think they could leave the rest of, poor Cope has managed to move himself up to fourth, but I think he's not in contention at 2.5 seconds back.
No, but he is recovering though. I gotta give it to him. He's still coming back, but does he have enough time? Is going to be the big question. As right now, Stoney Benfield thought he was going to be battling for the lead, but instead he's battling for his own position, sitting in second as they get too wide behind our leader, Corey Harville. His Toyota is leading the Ford and Chevy battle behind him. Right now, Sikosi, starting to mess with Benfield a little bit here. Benfield wanted to come down. Sikosi starting to meet him door to door here. Right now, that is not playing out. Here we are with Stoney Benfield looking down the track here at Sikosi.
Wow.
And clear.
Got him. Yeah. Benfield does not get intimidated on the track. He will trade some paint with you without thinking twice.
Yeah. Oh.
Speaking of which.
Well, what ended up happening is Benfield actually was riding to the outside there, where Corey Harville was riding closer to the paint. And I think Sikosi had the run, and I think it looked like Benfield started getting a little loose there to the outside. Sikosi may have been a little nudge there, coming into the tunnel turn, and then caught him. Wow, look how close. There it is. A little door in action. So right now, Sikosi and Benfield going at it here. Benfield not giving up, though.
No.
Take a look off the left front of Stony Benfield down there at Sikosi. We'll have the turn exit speed. Seeing him go by the window here. Might not have enough heading into turn 3 and 4. Sikosi going to use the draft there from Harville to help pull him the rest of the way around. So that was the closest time for an incident out there. Cope and now reeling him into 1 3/4 second. Sikosi taking a look to the inside there of Harville. Harville sends him off. Not enough. And now I would think Benfield would have to go up there right before Sikosi gets into the turn. Just give him a push. And I think he'd be able to help him fire into the turn a little easier here.
Yeah, no, right now I'm not interested in too much pushing. We're actually racing and not pacing, so this is good.
Yep, side by side for Stony Benfield and Mark Sikosi. Sikosi's now on the outside. Benfield has fought him down to the bottom. Looks like Sikosi's clear. Gets it here. Harville still remains out front with 26 laps left to go.
All right.
Beautiful track out here, doing a fantastic job. We are now racing under the lights here from SimTraX 200. Right now, this has been a great job here so far. All green flag here, except for our stage breaks at 45 and 90. It's been an awesome job. Whoa, Stony Benfield getting loose.
Man. And take a look, I stand corrected. Cope is cutting in. He is under 1.5 seconds now and climbing.
As we take a look off the back window here of Mark Sikosi, that is who's sitting right behind Benfield there, and right now, tenths at a time. I think that's what's blowing me away. Cope tenths at a time starting to reel him in here. And I'm wondering if it's too early here for Cope to start doing this. And he may not have enough because he's still got at least 3 drivers he's got to pass if he wants to win this one.
Yeah, but he's running steady 29s here, and everybody else in front of him is running 30 plus. So he's going to be coming, and coming hot and hard.
All right now Justin Cope only about a second off pace here. He's getting ready to reel him in.
Yeah, talking about under the lights. You know, this is the first super speedway to host night races.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, do you have any information on that TV screen we see all the way on the backstretch?
Oh, for a while there, it was the biggest TV screen. I think Texas has probably killed that.
I was going to say, everything's bigger. We just got the largest Buc-ee's here in Tennessee, and Tennessee said, oh, no, you don't. Now they're getting ready to build even bigger Buc-ee's down there.
In Texas? Okay, yeah. Well, I guess if that's your claim to fame, you gotta hang on to it.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, here we are taking a look at Harville. Harville still leading in front of Sikosi by only about 0.2 of a second. Justin Cope has caught our guys here in the front right now. He's looking to see if he can get around Stony Benfield here. Watch his turn exit. He's gonna block him.
Nope.
Justin Cope, excellent job. See how he got in between him? Moved a little to the left, trying to wiggle and make a hole so he could get through.
Yes.
Excellent job there. He is going to go ahead and clear Stony Benfield, knocking him out of a podium position. Let's stay with Cope. And I want to see if Cope can now reel in Sikosi and Harville. Still 20 laps left to go here at Charlotte as we continue to charge here. Cope is now third. Qualified this position, but once more.
He is eating up that track.
Yeah, Sikosi's taking that outside. He could cut that in half just on that turn, but this Cope now sitting back. He's got to be thinking about his tires right now. He's got 19 to go, and last thing you want to do is run out of steam when you finally get up there. Andy Reeves is coming down pit here. The number 3. I'm hoping this isn't what I'm thinking it is.
I don't know. He's been in there a bit. He might have touched something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well over a minute now.
Yep.
Bummer.
I wonder if Reeves ended up with any sort of damage out there. I knew he was on the march backwards. He was having some tire trouble. As our first pit stop he had, I believe it was 143 or 147. He came down.
Yeah.
And now he is revisiting down pit road.
Yeah, 147.
All right, taking a look at Sikosi here. Sikosi is teammate to the inside. Here comes Cope for second. Taking a look, still side by side as they shoot down the backstretch here. Cope to the inside. Excellent job here by Cope. Cope loose! Holding on, going back through the red part. He's been through that Toyota corner before.
Twice now. Oh my goodness. But he did it. He passed Sikosi, including grass trimming at the same time. And he has now got his eye on Corey Harville.
Well, Stella, seeing how Cope is getting loose coming out of 4 there.
Yeah.
Man, is he going to have anything for Corey Harville if he can catch him?
I don't know, but this at least does keep him on the podium and will probably keep him in the playoffs. I think right now he might want to play defense.
As right now, it looks like Stoney Benfield is fighting Sikosi back there.
Yeah, Sikosi's got to be soaking wet by now. He has been working hard all night. I mean, somebody has been challenging him all night long.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mark Sikosi with years of practice here on iRacing. Having plenty of time here at Charlotte. And trying to make it happen here. Right now, all he needs to do is clear 14 more laps and leave Stoney in the rear view. So far, so good, as 14 laps left to go. Right now, Stoney, not enough. So we're going to take this moment, and we're going to cut to commercial real quick. Hear a shout out from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. Mark Sikosi dialing in behind Stoney Benfield here. Right now, they got super close and past each other, but Mark Sikosi desperately wants another podium position here, Stella.
Yes, he's right on the cutoff. For this race, if he doesn't make a nice showing, a good podium finish, he may not make the cutoff.
Yep, 10 laps left to go here. Right now they continue the charge. Sikosi wants just a little more. I'm waiting to see if Flores is actually going to catch up to Sikosi here. Right now Flores is starting to kick it into overdrive. His times have been a lot faster than Sikosi in front of him. 30.5 seconds for Flores, over 31 here for Sikosi and Benfield. So this is going to be pretty tough here with 9 laps left to go. And Frank Flores in the 88 Chevrolet is now starting to pick up the pace. Right now out there in the weeds is sitting Lee Mills, our pole sitter. Unfortunately, 6th place looks like where he may be getting comfortable. And Alan Wild out there. The last driver here of the NC811 team is 7th. Andy Reeves has still sitting in the box for about 6 minutes now, so I think 8th place will settle and do him fine there. And it does not look like he's going to be able to make it back out and remain competitive. Let's get back up to Mark Sikosi, who sits 4th, and now Harville has left the building. Harville is now out front by at least almost 2 seconds here, and Copa is going to have to settle for 2nd.
Yeah, I do believe so, but Flores, like you say, is coming up really fast on Sikosi. And this reminds me of last week. I mean, all of a sudden, Frank wasn't in the stage 1 or the stage 2 and landed himself on the podium when it came down to the final.
Yeah, that he was. And you see Sikosi, he's trying to break the draft here of Frank Flores, who seems to be much stronger than him. Half a second faster than Mark Sikosi here. And right now, Flores is just trying to find a hole so he can shoot on through. Flores may be able to get past him and Benfield at this pace, but with 6 laps left to go at the line, a couple of these guys have got to figure out if they're going to be able to make it with the Fast House Racing guys out there. So Frank Flores with Fast House Racing. We're looking at Mark Sikosi with Revline Racing and Stoney Benfield out there for the NC811 team. 88 machine of Frank Flores does make the clear, gaining 5 here on the night. Not in total, but just what he's done from his original qualifying position. And Stoney Benfield's going to be in some hot water here, as right now Frank Flores is going to want all over him here. Picking up the pace yet again. Right now, Frank Flores, 3.6. Right now, Stoney Benfield, 30.85. So here it goes. We sit here on the back of Stoney Benfield's Ford, looking back at Frank Flores in the Chevrolet, trying to break in. Look at how deep he gets this turn. Frank Flores is definitely walking that car through the turn. He wants it. 4 to go.
Yeah, what he doesn't want is to take a little snag off that wall, but it does look like he's coming in with some authority, and if he does overtake Benfield, it could possibly mean Sikosi's night is done for the championship rounds. Yeah.
The playoffs may be undoing it here. Harville in the front. Cope now sitting 2nd. Benfield is 3rd for now as Flores is on him. 3 laps left to go here as they still continue the battle. Looking to find a soft spot here, but not finding it. Oh, Flores waiting to see Stoney Benfield rotate to the top of the track. 88's got the move. Getting a little bit of fresh air here to the bottom. Does Flores stay to the bottom and dive bombing into 3? Yes, he is. No.
Ooh, and he's blocked.
Yeah, check up there. Now, I guarantee you, Frank is going to let him know what he thinks about that. And he may earn himself the nickname Jay has recommended as Frank the Tank. He's going to move up and give Stoney a little bump here. Ooh, man. Another block here
like
by Benfield.
Flying Frank Flores. Yeah, say that 3 times real fast.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, let's see how he does. Inside line, looks like he's got him this time. Frank Flores flies up in the 3rd. White flag is out.
What
Frank
a
Flores,
time to do it.
Good rotation there. Harville, Cope, and Flores, 1, 2, and 3. Sikosi's going to have to hold on to 5th because Benfield's got 4th. Right now, they only got to make it around one more time here. Moving up to check on Corey Harville as he gets through his last couple of turns here. 4.5 seconds out front from the rest of the field. And taking the checkered flag is going to be Corey Harville in the number 92 Toyota.
Nice job. Very nice job.
Not bad, Justin Cope. It looks like Flores is able to beat out Stony Benfield by a 1/10 of a second. Stony gave it one last shot, trying to get it.
Yeah, well done. Nice fight to the end.
So at least 2 drivers here from Fast House Racing come in clutch, with Dylan Banks even not here.
Sure enough.
Yeah, it seems we're starting to get a new kind of racing here, Stella. We're definitely used to seeing the guys from Team Conti coming out here, doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, well, they have moved on, and we have now Dylan Banks, Ralph Hutchison, Justin Cope, Jacob Simpson, Mark Sikosi. You know?
Yeah,
Long
not
live
bad.
NSR.
All right, we'll see if we can reel most of our guys in here and wait and see when we can get this underway. So let's go ahead and take a look at where everybody placed. You guys saw it up there on the tower most here of the night, and that'll conclude the round of 8. Harville, Cope, and Flores 1, 2, and 3. Stony Benfield secures 4th. Mark Sikosi is 5th. We'll hopefully cross our fingers and hopefully Mark Sikosi will work on the points here and let us know who did and didn't make it. Lee Mills, Alan Wild, Andy Reeves, unfortunately 21 laps down. Tyler Hunter made it 75 out there. And Brian Glass did not put any time out there on the track. So that is going to do it. Guys, hold on just a moment. And we'll be pretty quick with this one as we try to find our drivers and talk to them here. Hold on just a second. All right, everybody, catching up with our 3rd place finisher here. Very, very fast out there for Frank Flores. Frank, talk to me about this race, man. This definitely was your night.
Oh, this is my favorite track. I just love it. And this setup was just a rocket for long runs. And I just love this track. This is where I got my first win and many in the Cab Cup. So, again, I just love this track.
How do you hang out in the back knowing that you've got the tires to fight back to the front?
It's not easy. you know, and I'm not a patient man. It really wasn't easy. But I mean, if you saw it, obviously, I dropped all the way back, just got to sit and see what happens. And then bam, then I just go, after 30 laps, just like, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry.
Well, how you can hang out, man, I don't know. I'm not patient either, and I think that's probably why I'm no good. I want to be up front in the clean air, and then that way I can kind of coast from there. But coming back from 4 seconds with 30 to go and then be able to put it in a podium position was quite impressive here tonight. I'm really rather ecstatic here to see how you were able to move your way up to the front, man. Definitely, it seems that 2 of you guys came from Fast House Racing here, Frank. And it was this kind of the game plan here all the way from the beginning.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I mean, obviously the biggest thing, and this was even started with Michael Conti there. You want to save that first run, save the first 30 laps or so, and then you can go give what you got. You should have enough till the end of your fuel run. So, yeah, that's basically it. Just trying to save, and after the first stage, I'm like, I mean, I was well back and came up to fourth. I'm like, wow, all right. So, gave me the confidence just to drop back again, and just knowing that the rest of them just didn't have the long run. And I mean, I think if we had more people or in this race tonight, and it might have been a different situation. There might have been cautions that and if we had cautions, I think the other guys would. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, talking to you right this second.
All righty. Well, we're definitely looking for more drivers each and every week. Somebody out there in the chat is recommending the nickname Frank the Tank out there. How many times have you heard that?
Oh, it's that and Triple F. Those are my two nicknames. And the Triple F, you can figure that out why they call me Triple F.
Yes.
I can't say it on the broadcast.
Yes.
But yeah, the Frank the Tank, that was when I lived in St. Louis for the last 5 years or whatever before I moved back to Mass. That was my nickname at the bars.
Well, I can do the triple F. Flying Frank Flores.
That, or you can drop the L and put something else. No, I'm joking. I mean, honestly, no. I mean, that's what they used to call Frank the Tank up in St. Louis, obviously, because at the bars and, yeah, it's just, it's. I had a couple of good nicknames. I like those too.
All right, man. Well, since you know how to celebrate, we'll let you get to it. But first, give me your shout outs here.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. I want to thank Mark and Gary and the rest of that what we were in there. Yeah, sorry. At NSR, sorry. I want to thank obviously my teammates at Fat House, Racing there for helping me get up here, and obviously definitely Team Conti, Mike Conti with this unbelievable fast setup. And by the way, he won his first Coke 600 last night at the High Center Field, and yeah, Body Magic, and most but not least, to all the veterans out there that serve for us, thank you for your service, and thank you for everything.
Yep, and allowing us to race, man. Frank, appreciate you, and we'll see you next race at Worldwide Technology Center.
All right, thank you.
All right, Stella, that is definitely an odd race to kick off or kind of end the season with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of an odd run, but we're going to head to a Revline Racing teammate here of Mark Sikosi, Justin Cope. Cope, talk to me about this race, dude. This was a wild one. It looked like you were coming on hot and may have had something for Corey Hartville here right at the end.
Yeah, it was a long one for sure. I don't know. I sort of say we saved on that first long run right after stage 2, and I just felt like if I was gonna have anything for anybody, I was gonna have to burn it, go pretty hard coming out of the pit, and I ended up burning them up.
No.
I got close to him, and then that's about all I could do. He started pulling away, but it is what it is. Still had fun though.
Yeah. You were racing behind Tyler Hunter when he kind of smacked it off the wall coming out of turn 2. I don't know if you can remember that. Did you end up making contact with the wall? Because we saw a little bit of damage to your right front fender as well.
Oh, yeah. And I hit the wall right there, and I actually had some optional repairs I had to get done. And I'll say this, stage 1, the car was awesome. And I mean, I know the track was hotter, but after I hit that wall, you could just tell it wasn't driving right. And I don't know if that played any into it or not, but I mean, I know me personally, I overdrove it a little bit, and which they got tight either way, so it might have just made it worse or more profound.
Well, Justin, taking a look at the points, and we're hoping Mark Sikosi may be able to update him or not here.
Not tonight.
Ugh. Crap.
I'll see if I can talk him into it.
Yeah, I was hoping to find out who the top 4 were here before the end, because I know you're one of the guys who are teetering on the edge here of making it or not.
Yeah, I was looking at it. A lot of the guys that didn't show up tonight, it looks like it's going to shuffle some things around. That's for sure.
Yeah, Hutchinson's going to be the farthest away, but I think this fights you in over Simpson.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully that's enough.
All right, worldwide technology raceway. Confidence level heading into that short track.
We'll give it a
Here we go.
yeah. It's not something I've raced too many times, and I know it's very technical, so maybe we'll pull off a stunner. I don't know.
All right. Well, I know a lot of guys go ugh afterwards because that's a bumpy track, especially trying to come out of 2. You got to have the right line, or you end up bucking yourself into the wall. And the next gens don't handle worth up and downs more, let alone side to side.
All right. Yeah, we'll try to keep it underneath us. Take it easy on it.
All right. Justin Cope, what do you have to add about this track that maybe some of our viewers didn't see out there?
Well, I mean, like 1 and 2, man, it was awesome. I had my way with 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is a lot harder. It's tighter, and just got to let out a whole lot more, give it a little bit of break. That's just a lot more it goes into it than it does 1 and 2. So I felt like I catch people on 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, I sort of lose them a little bit. That was my weakness.
Shout out time.
Yeah, shout out to my parents for watching, and shout out to the coach for getting everything together, and you guys doing an awesome broadcast every week. And appreciate the guys for showing up.
All right, Justin Cope, appreciate you, buddy, and try to help me reel some new guys in. I want to start seeing this field fill up. I saw you guys just got a new guy here that had a very familiar name. We'll see if he decides to show up out on the track. Justin Cope, congratulations getting your Ford into the 2nd spot, man, and we'll see how you do next week.
All right, thanks, man. Have a go.
All right, Stella. Interesting enough, taking a look at how everybody finished here tonight. Frank Flores came in the 88 Chevrolet in 3rd. Justin Cope came in the 59 Ford in 2nd. And the only Toyota out here on the track, and we've talked to him before, of Corey Harville here, coming away with the win. It seemed like he sandbagged it, let him catch him, and then take off again. Corey, am I wrong?
No, you're pretty spot on. I knew when we come out of the pits, I was about 5 seconds ahead of them, and they ran pretty hard to catch me. And I knew if I could just be patient, run a little bit faster than normal, then I'd be able to keep them behind me and then pull away at the end, and that's exactly what happened.
Man, oh man, yeah. How were you so much faster than everybody else, yet pit only 1 lap earlier than Justin Cope and 2 laps earlier than Frank Flores?
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it was just the way I was saving my tires. So my lap times on that 2nd stint, they were pretty consistent until like the very end. So when we started the stage, I was running like low 30s, and then when I pitted, I was like low to mid 30s. So there wasn't a whole lot of fall off there for me.
Alrighty, dude. I promise. I have these questions written down. I'm trying to stump you guys here at Charlotte. I had Justin Cope giving me the a couple of times. I'm trying to figure out something that you guys may or may not have an answer to out here. Other than your win here tonight, you've been kind of unfortunately eliminated. It seems like 1 race too late. Is there any way you can talk Mark Sikosi into maybe making this race again at the end of the next season, right before the playoffs? That way we can guarantee you a win in.
Hey, this one in Kansas, they seem to be pretty good to me, so we can try to move the schedule around here a little bit.
There you go.
All righty. Well, Frank is saying Team Conti is definitely helping with his builds out there. Is that the same build you're running?
It is same build. I believe talking to Justin, I think he might have been using the same one, so they're pretty consistent field for the Team Conti setup this week.
Wow.
Alrighty. Stella, well, we were talking about Team Conti. I said, boy, this seems awfully familiar. These are some setups that guys are starting to pull away, and I was wondering if Fast House Racing was using some is the new Team Conti out here. We had the Worldwide Technology Raceway, very short track, bumpy. It kind of reminds me of a smaller Iowa. What do you say?
So my thing with Gateway, I'm not bad at it, but I seem to have terrible luck. Every race, something awful happens to me and takes me out. So I'm going to put my laps in this week, do some practice, and just hope that the same thing doesn't happen.
Man, I'm assuming next week you're going to be joined by Dylan Banks, who's kind of been racing with you guys out there. How does it work out going into the final race of the season?
I mean, I'm always competing for a win, but the important thing to remember, especially with Dylan and Lee, well, we'll have to check the standings for Lee next week, but they're in the hunt for a championship. So, big picture, I help those guys out as much as I can, while not sacrificing too much of my own race.
Right.
Sounds good.
I'll definitely appreciate even guys who are not playing in the playoffs still showing up to possibly be the upset. And it's no longer a definitive win and in. It's there's a guy out there now messing with somebody's points out there.
Yeah, well, Corey, Toyota has been named the official vehicle of Worldwide Technology Raceway for 2024. So you may have a little advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I might get some secret tech.
There you go.
I'd like to see this Toyota in the victory lane next week.
Alrighty, Corey, we didn't ask for your shout-outs earlier because I had confidence I would find you again. I'll ask for them now.
Yeah, as always, huge shout out to my wife, and always putting up my spending hours a day on my sim racing. Shout out to Fast House Racing, the guys in here, and then the guys that also don't race in this league. They're very supportive, help me practice, help me be better. Huge shout out to NSR and Mark putting this league on, letting us race on these Saturday nights. It's a lot of fun. The car count isn't quite there yet, but I'm hoping we can get that back up and put some more entertaining races on. And then another shout out to you guys for putting our broadcasts out there and showing people what we can do on the track.
Oh, yeah.
And Jay's out there saying, yay, good race and no safety cone car
Yeah.
incidences.
Yeah, no choose cone this week.
Yeah, Jay will not let you live that down. He's
I
gonna.
think so.
I think for a joke, if they were making kind of a funny paint scheme, you should have the back end of the car imprinted on the front of yours, and just see if the choose cone would be a good joke.
That's funny.
Well,
right.
Jay says that he kept it on all four wheels too, so maybe he could just paint it upside down.
Yeah. God.
Ruthless, aren't they?
Yep.
Just
Unbelievable. All right, Corey,
With friends like
congratulations
that.
on your win here at Charlotte, my man, and hopefully we can see what you can do at Gateway.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Stella, that's going to do it for us here at the NSR Cup Series Saturday Night Showdown here at Charlotte. SimTraX 200 started off a little slow, got a little quiet, but I got to admit, these last 50 laps, it really turned up.
Yeah, I like seeing side-by-side racing, watching all that, calculating the trajectory stuff. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And the reason drivers aren't showing up boggles me. This is definitely a great league, a lot of great drivers out here, and definitely would love to see it fill with more. Guys, get out here. Obviously, you don't have much competition out here, seeing that there are so few, but you can definitely make it, and bring your friends too. Definitely they are going to be looking for more drivers this upcoming season. We'll kind of release more on that next week when we hit Gateway, or Worldwide Technology Raceway. I'm sure Gateway is a lot easier to say there, Stella, but definitely we'll...
I'm noticing that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's changed a few ownership hands here, but that's going to do it for us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you NSR Cup Series Saturday Night Showdown. Keep in touch out there, guys. Of course, subscribe and watch out for the thumbs and lead-ups I have out there for the upcoming races. Be well, be safe, be kind. I'll catch all you guys next time.
Thank you.